Hi, welcome to the Untitled Tarot, and I am here with your pick a card reading. Today's topic will be, what will eclipse season bring you? What will usher in, and what lessons will it teach you? For this video, we are going to have 4 different piles to pick from with 4 different crystals associated with them. For the first pile, we have the True North Tarot with rose quartz crystal. For the second pile, we have the Weaver Tarot with an amethyst crystal. And for the third pile, we have some lapis lazuli on top of the True Black Tarot. And for the fourth pile, we have the Fortuna Tarot with the clear quartz ball, or sphere. So what I want you to do right now is to close your eyes, take a deep breath, open your eyes, and whichever pile you feel most drawn to the most, that is your pile. I'll see you in your reading. Welcome! If you picked pile 1, then this reading is for you. To start with, we have rose quartz right here, which means that eclipse season could open up your heart chakra, and just usher in a lot more peaceful energy. And it could indicate that maybe things get a little bit rough at first, but by the end of the season, you will feel renewed, replenished, and perhaps ready to move on to a next chapter in your romantic life, or even just your relationship with yourself. But let's see what the tarot cards have to say. What is eclipse season bringing pile 1? We have the Empress, yeah, self-love. Wow. Yeah, the Empress is all about self-love, the divine feminine. So you'll definitely be embracing a lot more of your divine feminine energy, getting more in tune, maybe picking up yoga more, being out more in nature, and just really like learning to take it slow, learning to take care of yourself, and learning to recognize that having those, 30 minutes a day to yourself is important and perhaps necessary for you to stay stabilized and stay focused. Especially if you're in a high tempo career, or you're in a sort of situation right now that is a lot of stress, which I'm sensing because we have the 9 of Swords right here. So I'm sensing that you can stress, you can have a lot of anxiety, and eclipse season is going to basically bring you face to face with your fears, with your insecurities, and you're going to be forced to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, am I really this way, or am I just seeing a distorted perception of myself? Yep, and we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. So I sense there's going to be a lot of trauma sort of bubbling up, and you definitely have a wounded relationship with yourself, or a wounded relationship with the divine feminine, whether you had a mother that wasn't really much of a mother to you, or a figure that you really needed when you were a child, or perhaps you just had a bad relationship with other females growing up, especially if you're a female and you never seem to really get along with groups of girls or groups of people because you just didn't understand you were yourself, but at the same time you just didn't really seem to find a group that you fit in with. And the Empress is really just going to bring you face to face with those fears and those negative experiences you had in the past, and it's going to help you overcome and let go of that trauma. With this 9 of Swords right here, right? You're going to be overcoming that past trauma. You're going to be being okay, this is the past, this is now, right? And you can make changes, you can be yourself, and you can still attract the type of people that you can fit in with. You're no longer stuck. You're no longer stuck being in an environment where you have to sort of hope that people will accept you, or hope that people will invite you because those are the only options you have around you. No, you have a lot of options, and you may be surprised that there are people, despite how different they are from you, they want to be your friend. They are nice, and they truly are inclusive at the core. Because I'm getting a lot of sort of a lot more friendship, wounded issues with finding groups of friends, being bullied in the past. But for those on the relationship side as well, this could just show that relationships as well may have also been distorted and wounded because of this disconnection with your divine feminine. And eclipse season is going to help you mend that connection. It's going to help you learn how to slow down, and it's going to help you just learn how to take care of yourself with the 9 of coins right here, this is about living in the moment, enjoying the small things, like living, like taking those small moments to yourself, like maybe planning a small trip for yourself, or buying yourself that bath bomb from that whatever store you go to for that, or buying like new lotion from Bath and Body Works. The 9 coin, like this is all about living in the moment, taking care of yourself, right? And what's interesting is that we have 2 9s right here, and we also have 2 3s right here. But with these 2 9s, right, you are at the end of a cycle, you are at the end of a phase where you no longer have to be afraid. You don't have to be afraid of other people. You don't have to be afraid of being judged anymore, right? Like, this eclipse season is going to help you overcome your social anxiety and learn to let go of unnecessary fears that may have been valid in the past, but they're no longer needed anymore, right? Because you're a different person, you're growing, you're moving, and yeah, like there's no need to be afraid anymore. And eclipse season is going to mirror that. And just before I get into this, we have the Chariot, right? Like, you're going to be successful this time around. You're going to find your people. For those that are like looking for a relationship or looking for like a change in the relationship dynamics, right? Like, you could be reflecting a lot on the relationships you've had and what went wrong. Well, you're going to finally reflect on what went wrong, and it's because you're disconnected with your divine feminine energy, and it's time to just go back in and reconnect with your heart chakra. And you'll find that when you start to love yourself and you start to take care of yourself, you begin to attract the type of relationships and the type of people that you truly want in your life, not what you think you want. And here with the 3 of Cups in reverse, right? Like, this is what I was saying, like, and why I'm saying, like, if you were bullied in the past, like, that's going to change now. You could be experiencing a little more conflict though during this period, and that's so it can help you reflect and help push you forward to either stand up for yourself or learn to walk away from toxic people. But you could be like dealing with some drama over the next few months or so, or during eclipse season, like some random stuff could just happen and come out of the blue, and you're just going to have a wake up moment where you're like, okay, or these are the type of people I want to be around, or these are the type of people I want to be friends with. And that's what's going to cause you to reevaluate and deal with this 9 of Swords energy, this fear, this anxiety, this insecurity. And you're going to sort of be like, you know what? I'm not afraid. I'd rather be alone than have to deal with these toxic people that only care about themselves. Let's pull some clarifiers. Clarify, pile 1, clarify eclipse season. So we have the Page of Materials, and then, we also have the Chariot in reverse under the 9 of Swords. Interesting. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Pentacles under the 9 of Pentacles. And actually, and then we have the 9, look, 9, 9. The first thing right off the bat, we have the Page of Pentacles as a clarifier for the Empress, which I sense that like a lot of your friends generally come from like work environment or school, because you don't really get out that much. You don't really put yourself out there that much, and as a result, the reason why you may feel trapped or you feel like a desire to fit in with these people is because like you depend on your work, you depend on whatever environment you spend the most time in as your way to socialize, as your way to make friends. And maybe you should branch yourself out a little more, put yourself out there a little more. What's even more interesting is at the bottom of this we have the Chariot, but then we have the Chariot in reverse right here, which says like you are your own worst enemy. And as long as you like let your fears and insecurities and anxieties control you, you're never going to meet that mark. You're never going to meet that goal. And this is just sort of a push from the universe saying eclipse season is going to help push you to let go of your insecurities, push you to let go of your fears. Otherwise, you're going to continue to remain trapped. You're going to continue to remain disconnected from your divine feminine, and you'll consistently have issues with making friends, relationships, because you're in a karmic cycle right now and you're trying to be pushed out of that. But like I said, you are your own worst enemy, and ultimately it's like up to you at the end of the day if you like really want to like look at yourself in the mirror and sort of push yourself to overcome these fears, this trauma. And it's not easy by any means, right? It's so much easier said than done. But the journey is very rewarding. It's extremely rewarding. Not only does it make you more resilient, you're letting go of trauma. You're setting yourself free from your own mind. And here we have Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. So this is like an extra emphasis, right? Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the abundance that you currently have, because abundance is very fleeting. And if you do have some extra free time during eclipse season, take every single moment of it. Relish in it. Enjoy every single second, because you never know when you're going to get caught up in work again, or if something's going to happen and boom, suddenly you don't have that much time to yourself anymore. So eclipse season will be great for taking a step back, replenishing yourself, and just relaxing. And the Three of Cups in reverse paired with the Nine of Wands. Yeah, definitely, you are almost at the end of this journey of having difficulty with friends and social relationships, and just making friends. You're almost there. And honestly, I think that there are current friends in your life that sort of hold you back. They're toxic. They sort of live in their own bubble. They live in their own world, and they're not really as grounded as you are right now, but you're still friends with them because they're the people that you know. They're the people that you're comfortable with. But the universe is asking you, saying, what's the worst that happens if you don't have them, right? Are they really the healthiest people to be around? Do they make you feel good about yourself? And with the Nine of Wands, right, you're almost at the end of this journey. And I think part of closing up with eclipse season is learning to let go of these toxic people and realize that you deserve better friends, and you also just deserve to have more positivity in your life. Whew. Now let's get into our oracle cards. What eclipse season is going to bring. So yeah, ultimately though, overall, eclipse season is going to teach you a lot about boundaries, a lot about taking care of yourself, learning to put yourself first, asserting yourself, not letting people walk all over you. Right? It's very much I'm putting myself first energy, because in the past you probably didn't put yourself first often, and you probably put your friends first and what they wanted, and now you're going to be nope, I need to take care of myself. I need to put myself first today. I don't have time. I don't have the energy for this. You have the comic. I'm just going to pull all the oracles at once. One, what's coming? Oops. Down. And some crystal cards. This clear quartz keeps wanting to come out. Oh my gosh. Take that, please. Actually, even this one. We're just going to take this one card and... Okay, so we have the comic. For this one, I really like to read out of the guidebook just because it's a very more esoteric deck, and it's a very interesting deck too. So we got the comic, which is a, 113. 113 also, if that's a number you've been seeing a lot, this is your sign. The comic, the Joker, the Clown, the Fool. The comic carries a remedy for all that ails this world. Amid the deepest pain and suffering, there is always the potential to lift up and out of the darkness through laughter. Though dismissed by the same as lowbrow or unsophisticated, this archetype actually has a high advanced mind, as humor requires one to see the situation from afar rather than be swept away by the drama. The comic sees and accepts the messiness of life, using it as a material to be mixed and shaped into a potion to soothe the stressed and serious mind. They literally lighten us up. Thus, within the comic is usually the sage or the magician, working healing magic upon any audience who will lend an ear. The comic may be the archetype that heals the deep division in the world, one pun at a time. So yeah, this is definitely like if drama does happen, like I mentioned earlier, if there is a bunch of drama that happens, don't let yourself get swept away in it, right? Don't get caught up in other people's drama and other people's BS, right? Because like and it's just saying to be lighthearted, right? Be lighthearted about this journey, be lighthearted about the path that you're on. And especially like if the drama happens, right, make jokes, make fun of it, because honestly, if drama does happen, it will probably be ridiculous, and you will know it will be ridiculous, and that's why you will want to laugh or make jokes, right? And that's part of your personality, right? Part of your archetype is to be the person that lightens up the room, to be the person that's able to bridge the gap of differences through using humor, through using laughter, lightheartedness, and just pure joy. And that's a rare gift to have in this world, where so many people take life way too seriously, or they're just unhappy people. But you're not one of those people, right? Like, you are pushing past this trauma, you're seeking out your own happiness, you're seeking out your own journey, and part of that, right, is that you are a bright soul, you are a happy spirit. Let yourself be happy. Don't let other people dim your brightness. Don't let other people take away your light, because your light is rare, and it's like this golden sparkling sunshine, and if people don't like that, people don't want that, take your sunshine somewhere else, because those people don't deserve to have your sunshine if they are judgmental and try to take it away. Here we have our 2 self-love cards. So we have gardens, something lovely will grow from this, and lavender, surround yourself with love. Like, what was I saying, right? Like, surround yourself with people that love you the way you are, with people that want to be happy, with people that want to enjoy life, right? Like, cut out those toxic people if they're in your life, because they will only bring you down and they will only stunt your growth, and you don't want that. And with the garden, something lovely will grow from this, right? Like, you're planting seeds, like you're closing up a chapter and you're starting to plant new seeds for yourself. Don't let anybody get in the way of that. Assert yourself, set your boundaries, put yourself out there, and that's when real change will start to come into your life. And here we have bloodstone, grounding, detoxifying, and balance. Like detoxifying, right? Get all that toxic stuff out of your life, ground yourself, and balance yourself out. So primary root chakra, astrological signs, like you could have some Aries, Libra, or Pisces placements. Affirmation is, I welcome transformation and intuition into my life. But this grounds, like bloodstone, this is a sign to get a little peace if you don't have one already. But it's a powerful healing stone that grounds negative energy and cleanses the body. So that's your sign. I actually really feel like you guys need one more of these. So let me pour one more. There we go. We have, I do not know how to say that, but do more tier, I don't know. Calm, patience, support, tranquility. Throat chakra, which throat chakra has to do with speaking up, right? Being assertive, owning your voice. I am centered with tranquil energy. Do mortarite, brings in a sense of relaxation, calm, and harmony. It can help reduce stress and tension as it encourages patience. It's a great stone for harnessing forgiveness and speaking your truth. Great card to have. Anyways, those are all the messages I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched this far, it means the world to me. If you want more content, daily pulls, or reading, check out my link tree in the description below, and there's more social media links you can access there. Thank you so much and have a great day. Welcome, Pile 2. If you picked the Amethyst Crystal and the Weaver Tarot, then this reading is for you. To start off the bat, if you picked Amethyst, this eclipse season could trigger like a spiritual awakening or expansion for you. There will be a lot of focus on intuition, connecting with your higher self, and just learning to be more with the flow of the universe. Anyways, let's get into it and see what the cards have to say. Right off the bat, we have the Sovereign of Swords in reverse. I'm going to pull a few more cards before I start reading into it. And we have the Devil in reverse. It looks like there's going to be a lot of karmic ending cycles here, or not karmic ending cycles. You're going to be ending a lot of karmic cycles with eclipse season. You're definitely, there's definitely going to be spiritual expansion of some kind. Take these two together. We have the Six of Swords in reverse and then the Five of Pentacles. Put this right there. So right off the bat, the energy that I'm getting is, I'm going to clarify this, but the Devil in reverse is that you are sort of keeping yourself restricted, or for a while you've just been keeping yourself in the same cycles, repeating the same things over and over and over again, especially with the Six of Swords in reverse right here. The universe is trying to push you into the boat to move on to a better chapter of your life, but you keep yourself stuck. But the question is, why are you keeping yourself stuck, and how is eclipse season really going to illuminate that? Well, first of all, the devil can indicate trauma, but it indicates just addiction of some kind. So there is like something you're addicted to. Maybe you're, whatever cycle it is that you're trapped in, like for example, a toxic relationship, right? You could be addicted to those ups and downs, those highs and lows. And it's difficult, right? Because addiction is addiction, and it's difficult to break, and it can sort of feel good in a sense to be miserable, especially if you feel like you deserve it. So I feel like for a lot of people in this pile, there's a lot of roots in childhood trauma. There's a lot of roots in, because there's a reason why you continue to make those decisions, and oftentimes a child that is born in a toxic environment will choose, those bad decisions because that's what feels comfortable for them. That like those bad feelings is what feels safe because that's what they grew up with. So in a sense, for a lot in this pile, right, there's like a need to dig deep. There is a need maybe to get help even, so you can confront these problems that you're facing, because this isn't something that you can really break through by like at the end of the day, like you're the only one that can break it, but there would be needed support, right? But I sense that like you've kept yourself in this cycle for so long, you're starting to face more severe consequences for your actions. Like the stakes are getting higher and higher. And at the same time though, I sense that you're using religion as like an excuse, or like for example, like if you're in America, you could be like, where was God when I needed him? Like where was God, right, in my life when I was going through this, like why would a benevolent God do this to me, blah, blah, like why would the universe do this? Like, I was a child, I was this, I was that. And they sort of like, and instead of like seeking spiritual expansion and seeking understanding and seeking healing through the higher self, through the resources that are available, you're using it as an excuse for why you are the way you are and why you should continue to be the way you are, right? Because there's no hope, right? There's like a strong feeling that there's like no hope in your world, in a sense where your inner child could be like, there is no hope. And with the Sovereign of Swords in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse, you have been very impulsive. You've been making a lot of destructive decisions. You've been sort of like deconstructing your path, not because like you don't want to be successful, but it's because it's just like habit to you by now. I'm going to clarify though. With the two, like you don't really know what you want with your life. That's one thing too, like because you are so used to repeating the cycles too. Like if you break it, what's next, right? What now? What do I do? Like how do I like manage myself? How do I handle myself? So you've also sort of been avoiding the future. You've been avoiding taking the next step because you're scared. You're scared of breaking these patterns. You're scared of seeing something new, dealing with something foreign that you've never experienced before. You're scared of being alone too. The Queen of Cups right and the Devil, like you're definitely, you're letting your emotions sort of control your decisions. Like you are letting your emotions like be the controller of all the bad decisions that you've been making, right? Like you're letting your fear, your anxiety, you're letting all of that get in the way of your own success. Like, yeah, look at Knight of Cups, right? Like you are very emotionally tumultuous right now. You are just not necessarily level-headed, and eclipse season is going to help you sort of realize that, or it's going to help bring it to light. It's going to help highlight all the areas that you've been struggling and make you realize, saying, maybe I need help. Maybe I need to go about this a different way because it's not working for me, especially with the Five of Pentacles right here and the Eight of Cups in reverse. I sense that like if you're on the path that requires a lot of focus, a lot of concentration, and this is getting a little specific, and like it's not that you're like not trying or that you're not working hard, you're just not proactively choosing to make better decisions for yourself. Because like I said, you make excuses saying, well, this wasn't there for me when I needed it, so like why, like, you know, like what is this going to do for me? Well, with it, Five of Pentacles, right, like you are creating your own misfortune, you're creating your own sort of karma in a sense. Like what you're experiencing now, like what you experience like so far has been more like past life karma, but what you're starting to experience now is more of karma that you are creating for yourself, which is just more added karma that will carry with you into the next life if you don't learn to break free from these cycles and stop holding yourself back. I sense like you could be having career issues or trouble being consistent with your career, trouble focusing, staying on task. Yeah, look at that Nine of Swords in reverse. The universe eclipse season is really going to push you to let go of your fears, push you to let go of your anxieties, and push you to like make better decisions for yourself. And like you have the opportunity to be victorious, but you're at a huge crossroads right now where it's like, am I going to make a better life for myself? Am I going to make better decisions for myself, or am I going to continue forcing myself down a path that isn't meant for me? And here we have the High Priestess right here, right? Like I mentioned with the Amethyst, right? This season's all about connecting with yourself, connecting with your higher self, and learning to balance yourself out. Because right now you're in a very more emotional based state. You're not exactly thinking clearly. You're not looking at things from a bird's eye perspective because you're looking at what is 2 inches in front of you instead of looking what's 10 feet in front of you. That's because, like I said, it's because you're scared, right? And maybe you're scared because you can't see the whole 10 feet in front of you, right? Maybe you could see the first 3 feet in front of you, but beyond that, it's all like fog. It's all mysterious and hidden. And you're in like that sort of fuel for keeping yourself stuck in these karmic cycles. But this is like a very powerful message for those in pile 2. So if this like resonates, right, this is like your wake-up call. This is like your sort of last chance, or not like last chance, right? But the universe really wants you to push forward because you have an opportunity for success your way. And if you continue to ignore the signs that the universe is sending you, if you continue to like repeat the same mistakes or like not get the help that you need or whatever the problem is, right? Like you are gonna like funnel yourself down. You're gonna stay stuck where you are. You're not gonna grow. You're not gonna improve. You're not gonna keep on maturing, and you're just gonna create more karma for yourself. Not to mention you will have financial issues. You will not be going down like the most successful and bright path if you continue to make those bad decisions for yourself, right? So this is like your sign, right? Like let eclipse season help to heal you. Let it help you start a journey of true healing. Let it help you crack open and open up. Right? Like you have a chance right here to just change things around and start to see like real improvement in your life. Let's see, let's shuffle. Here we have the Vision, and I'll pull one more. And the Maiden. Interesting. So let's get started with the Vision first. And for this deck, I like to just read from the book because it's like written much better than I'll ever be able to describe it. Let's go. The Vision. So I'll let you look at this card up close too. It is said that we are each born with a unique vision, a destiny toward which we are aimed. It is also said that we forget this vision the moment we are born. Thus we are sent on a lifelong journey of rediscovery. Such is the elusive nature of the vision. It slips away, yet it guides. It appears in strange dreams and surreal images, seemingly unattainable and preposterous. When we are connected to the vision, we carry an inspired, enchanted aliveness that others recognize. We trust the world and its synchronicities. We walk through new doors into wondrous opportunities. We all want to be near those with vision. They emit energy more potent than any elixir. When we lose connection to the vision, life becomes dull and exhausting, lacking meaning. Bring back the mystery, bring back the dreams. When dark, disconnected from art and dreams, listless, aimless. So for many of you, you could be very artistically inclined or a very artistic soul. And when you're connected to that flow, when you're connected in a sense to your higher self, which is the source of that flow, you have a vision, you are inspired, you're motivated, things tend to go right. But recently, in the past few months, even years, you have lost that vision. You've lost that connection between you and your higher self. And it's because you're letting these karmic cycles get in the way and sort of create a divide in your relationship with spirit, and a divide in what you see for yourself, right? Instead of being proactive and taking control of your life and your vision and like finding your destiny, in a sense, you are letting life kick you around over and over again, or you're letting other people kick you around over and over again, because maybe, and like I said, this all bases back to childhood trauma. But like I said, the eclipse season, now is your time to start reflecting. Now is your time to start thinking, how can I reconnect my relationship with spirit? How can I rekindle it? How can I get this vision again? How can I be how can I regain my connection with spirit, so I can have this artistic creativity again, so I can have that spark for life back again? And next we have the Maiden. So since for many of you, this could be like toxic relationships that you continuously put yourself in. It doesn't have to necessarily be romantically, but this can also speak to like your relationship with sex too, right? For 18 and over, your relationship with like sex, sexuality, yourself, that could also be very disconnected too and barred off, and that is something to look into. I can get into more. There's a very specific energy with this pile of energy, but I will not dive into it. But the Maiden archetype is the epitome of innocent arousal, native sensuality, and precarious purity. She is compelling because of her flaws and youthful glow. She is the first archetype in the trifecta of Maiden, Mother, Crone, and rightfully so, because she has so much to learn. The Maiden is perfectly positioned for trouble to come her way and subject her to a challenge that leads to the next phase of womanhood. She must grow up, yet hesitates at the threshold, enamored by the charms of youth. The Maiden represents a side of us that is riveted and curious, drawn to shadowy forests, dark nights, and taking just one taste of poisonous fruit. Her magic is edgy and includes both shame and delight. Yet let yourself fall down the rabbit hole, young one. When dark, pretends, projects, denies, fantasizes. So yeah, I definitely think there's like an issue like with your like relationships, right? Like with all this like water energy right here, you could be very back and forth with the relationships in your life. You could be very jumping back and forth. You could be drawn to bad people who aren't good for you. And like you let these people like you get in the way of your vision. You let these people get in the way of like this goal that you want for yourself, right? Like on this vision card, right, there's like this little mountain right there with this little door. That's the door you want to enter, but you're letting like the dark aspects of the Maiden, like there's light aspects, but you're letting the dark aspects like get in the way, right? Like you are seeking out people that aren't the best for you, right? Because they like it's part of the karmic cycle, it's part of the karmic contract that you're in. But like this is the universe trying to say it's time to focus on the door, it's time to rekindle that, and it's time to let go because you're growing up. It's time to grow up. To be blunt, it's time to move on. And it's time to make better decisions for yourself, because for some of you, you could be young adults, you could be like older teenagers, or you could just be in your 30s as well. The message is it's time to grow up. And it's time to move on with your life. Very potion, yeah, remember to practice self-love. Like I said, like, like if you do find yourself like being stuck in these negative cycles or whatever, right? Like the more you come back home to yourself by doing yoga, taking care of yourself, eating like healthy meals, just taking time for yourself, journaling, finding healthy ways to deal with your stress, to deal with these heavy feelings, is like the best way that you can start to really break this karmic cycles, by creating healthier habits and moving away from those unhealthy coping mechanisms that are causing all this trouble in your life right now. Here we have, yes, surround yourself with love. Like I said, it's like time to stop seeking out toxic people. Right? It's time to stop seeking out toxic people. Let them go. Cut them out of your life. Don't be afraid, right? And part of the message too is that the more you connect with spirit, the more you realize that even if you're like physically alone in the material world, you're not alone. You're never truly alone. And like this message is saying is like, make sure to surround yourself with love. And in essence, like it's important to surround yourself with positive people too, but make sure the energy that you surround yourself with is with love. Spirit, the universe, has nothing but love for you. Surround yourself in that. And for the next one, we have evil queen, you deserve sugar, not salt. And this could speak like to like family. If you have a toxic mother, toxic father, toxic family, toxic friends, right? Like, do not be afraid to cut them out. Surround yourself with love. Put yourself first. Assert your boundaries, right? Stop. And it is much harder to actually do it than for me to like, I'll just do it, right? But there comes a time in your life where you have to choose, right? Do you choose yourself, or do you choose to repeat the same cycles over and over again? What do you choose? What do you want for yourself, right? Because know that you can also tolerate a relationship with these, especially if it's family, right? But you can tolerate a relationship and still keep your boundaries and still keep yourself sane. You don't constantly have to sacrifice your self-esteem to please these people. Because odds are, if they're making you feel bad, if they're the cause of this trauma, they don't even deserve to have you in their life. Now is the time. Focus on self-love. Focus on building up your intuition, connecting with spirit, and focus on making better decisions for yourself. Sweet. So we got pyrite and we got jade. So these are two crystals that would probably be beneficial to have. So we have prosperity, protection, optimism. All chakras, astrological sign is Leo energy. Affirmation is, I have the power to manifest my dreams. Pyrite is a stone of protection, shielding us from negative energy of all kinds. It helps mend arc leaks and blocks negative energies. It strengthens our awareness and is a powerful tool for prosperity and manifestation. This is a good crystal to have on hand to help with optimism, to help with cleansing that negative energy from your aura. And then we have jade, which is stability, prosperity, and harmony. Heart chakra, sign associated is Libra, and affirmation is, my life is fulfilled with abundance. Jade is a symbol of serenity and purity with a loving and nurturing energy. This stone protects the wearer from harm and brings in harmony. It helps release negative thoughts and stimulates ideas and dreams. So, Spirit is saying with these cards is that these two cards can be beneficial to helping you break these negative cycles, to helping you take care of yourself more. And it's also good for prosperity. If like money is an issue for you right now, Five of Pentacles to come out, and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. If money is an issue right now, these two crystals can help to manifest that in your life. But anyways, those are all the messages I have for you guys. I know that this pile was a little rough. There's a lot of blunt messages coming your way, but that's why I do this, right? Like, I hope to channel these messages. But thank you so much. If you want more content, check out my tarot Instagram. Link is in the bio below, and I am open for readings. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. Hi, welcome pile 3. If you picked this pile, then this reading is for you. So right off the bat, we have Lapis Lazuli and the True Black Tarot. Excuse me. Lapis Lazuli is all about opening your third eye chakra, also your throat chakra as well. It has a lot to do with just spirituality, intuition. So that could be like a focus for you guys during Eclipse. season, but we'll just see what the cards say. The cards say a lot. So we have I cannot read Roman numerals. We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, which immediately coming off the bat shows me that you're not really taking care of yourself right now. You're not really focusing on taking care of yourself. You're sort of neglecting yourself right now because you're so focused on work right now, focused on getting things done, focused on pushing yourself because you want to prove yourself, or you have a specific deadline or goal that you have to reach sometime during eclipse season or maybe right after. And now we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So overall, I feel like the last week for you guys was especially difficult. The eclipse season is going to challenge you guys right off the bat. For the other piles that I've done so far, it's been about like learning to open up and heal and overcome the karmic stuff. But with this one, eclipse season is going to challenge you because you're going to grow through being challenged and having obstacles sort of face your path. Because I feel like you're somebody who has goals. Like you like to set goals, you like to get them done in your deadlines, and you have very high expectations for yourself. And the universe is basically going to test that. It's going to test your ability to stick to your goals, to stick to your routine, as well as teach you when to take a step back and when to rest. Yeah, here we have another Swords. We have the 8 of Swords. You're somebody who's afraid of failure. You could be a huge perfectionist, and you like to prove yourself to other people. You like to prove you're competent, and you want people to see you as somebody who is on their A game with the 8 of Swords right here. And you're afraid to let people down. You're afraid to make a mistake, and you're afraid to like miss a deadline or not be able to get something done on time. And here we have the 7 of 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we have the 7 of Pentacles right here. Yeah, we have the 7 of Pentacles right here too, which shows that there's like a need for balance in your life. This is a very career-oriented reading. And here we have the 4 of Wands right here too as well. So like there's a need to bring more balance into your life because so far it's been all work, work, work. And you've been increasingly getting more temperamental, more frustrated, more angry in a sense because you are not getting things done as fast as you're used to. You're not meeting your expectations, and as a result you feel like everybody else is going to think you're incompetent or that you're failing or whatever it is, right? But the universe is saying, no, that's not it. That's your fear and anxiety is getting away, and the lesson of eclipse season is to learn to like look ahead, right? Because you could be somebody that's like, I need to get this done in 2 weeks. When in reality, you need to be looking more long-term and be like, what do I need to get done in 6 months? What do I want for myself in 6 months, right? Do I really want to stay in this career that's stressing me out constantly? Or do I want to make a plan for myself to shift to a new career eventually, like go back to school or like do whatever it is that you're passionate to do? And ultimately, you need to set some time to have fun, to socialize, to make friends, and just enjoy life, right? Like, work is something important for us as human beings to do because it gives us a sense of purpose and a sense of direction. But at the same time, having fun is just as important too. Having time, enjoying life, being with friends, and just enjoying everything that life has to offer. And so eclipse season is going to make you realize through these frustrating obstacles that maybe it's time to switch your career path. Maybe it's time to set more time for your friends and to have fun. Some time to de-stress, some time to decompress. And here at the bottom of the pile we have Anat, which is a card specific to this deck. This is all about being in limbo. It's like the newborn in the womb, and like you are sort of like entering a new chapter or a new phase in your life where you're about to, where I definitely think that there's a career switch that this eclipse season is going to trigger. I don't think it's going to happen this eclipse season, but you're going to have a realization moment. Maybe this reading is it, or maybe not. That do you really want to continue working in this job for the rest of your life? Like, or not rest of your life, but like would you be okay doing this job every day for the next 10 years? And if you're not okay with that, if that idea horrifies you, then maybe it's time to start making those plans before you actually end up doing that job for the next 10 years. Time flies by fast. Time time flies by really, really fast, especially when you're in your 20s and you're young and you're not really looking too far ahead into the future. And it's also a sign too to start financially planning for the future as well. What are your savings goals? What do you want to be able to do when you retire, right? Maybe it's a sign too to start trying to set aside money so you have, you know, something to fall back on in case something happens, or you have a money cushion. So when you do switch your career and you have that period where you don't have a job, you'll have like money to support yourself. Yeah, Ace of Inspiration, and then we have the Sun. So eclipse season is really going to help you bring more joy, more fun, more lightness into your life. It's going to help you realize what changes like you need to make in your life here. Yeah, especially with the Two of Pentacles right here, and we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So one more. Yep. Oh, look at that. Four of Wands coming out again right under the Four of Wands all over again. So yeah, there's definitely a need to bring more fun and excitement into your life with the Sun right here, the Four of Wands, and we have the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands here underneath the, I can't count, underneath the seven, you know, underneath the seven of, no, nine of Pentacles, my bad, the X is a 10. Underneath like the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is like your sign that like you need to take better care of yourself. You need to treat yourself more. You don't need to be a workaholic to be successful, right? You don't have to kill yourself to impress people or to prove to people that you are like capable and blah 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 blah, right? Especially with the Sun right here under the Ace of Swords right here, right? Like you need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on bringing joy into your life. And when you focus on bringing that fun, that lightness, that relaxation into your life, you're going to find that these obstacles that are frustrating you and annoying you, they're going to slowly move out of the way because you're going to have a fresh mindset when you approach your work. And with the Two of Pentacles right here as well, like what you really need is more balance, right? You need to balance fun, like career, like right there, fun right there. Switch it up, right? You don't always have to be at work. You don't always have to focus on being productive. It's okay to not be productive. It's okay to just be like, you know what? I don't feel like getting this done today. I'm tired. I have brain fog. If I do end up doing it, it's not going to be the best quality work. I need to go out. I need to go home and take a bath. I need to go vent to my friends. Like it's important to create those boundaries because you will find that your work and your productivity will increase and probably be better when you give your brain a break and you give yourself time to recuperate and get rid of all that mind fog, right? Relaxation is extremely important. That's what eclipse season is going to help bring you, right? It's going to maybe help you realize that the path that you're on isn't necessarily the one that you like want to be on, perhaps. Like maybe it's going to help you realize that you need to start pursuing what you're actually passionate about now or very soon in the future. And like especially with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse right here, right? Definitely feeling overworked, stressed, drained. Pick a path that you're passionate about, right? You only have this one life. And like there are different lifetimes if you believe in that, right? But you have this lifetime to do what it is that you set to do whatever it is that your purpose is. So do it, pursue it. Eclipse season will help you sort of align with that. Oh my gosh. Cards are crazy. Now we're going to pull one of these. So we have the Mirror. And we have the Mountain. These cards are flipped. So we have the Mirror right there, which right off the bat. I use the book for these cards because they're very esoteric. But I think the Mirror, here it is. We look into mirrors every day without recognizing them as portals into another realm. They can shatter, flatter, distort, reflect, and project an image back to us that we deem to be true. The energy of the mirror is all about self-perception. When the archetype of the mirror appears, we are in a mythic land of Narcissus, who saw himself reflected in the pool and fell in love with his own image. So compelled by his reflection, he could not turn away, a fixation that eventually led to his death. Recognize the power and the danger of the mirror. It is a construct, one that may drive a shard between you and your true self. The mirror contains trickster energy, Put the phone down, stop with the comparisons, and let the mirror stand empty for a while. Rest with the one inside. So this connects back to what I was saying earlier, right? Like, you have this perception of yourself that if you mess up at all, that like you're going to be seen as incompetent, and people are going to start to look down at you and think that you can't do anything, which is not true at all, right? That is a distortion of your perception of yourself. That is the mirror throwing back an image of yourself that isn't true at all and isn't what other people see, right? When in reality, you probably are competent. If you're working hard and you're putting in the hours, you are probably seen as a hard worker. You probably are seen as competent. And you get in your head and you get in your own way when you get those thoughts in your head, and you let your perception of yourself get distorted in that negative light. Because in reality, you're just on this journey of the mountain. And the mountain is one of the main cards of this deck, or the main character cards of this deck is what I like to call it. But it is right there. The mountain stands internally in our awareness, calling us towards its peak. It stirs up stoic and regal feelings, reminding us of the long line of spirits, sages, sadhus, and gods that make their humble thrones within its snowy peaks. Beware, though, as the mountain can affect us in two ways. It can inspire and enliven us to rise to new heights and peak experience, yet it can also create isolation, competitiveness, and an inflated sense of self. Standing upon its heights can activate the purest of the perfectionist in us, creating separation from those we deem to be below. No matter how high you ascend, remember that it is within the core of the mountain that the gem, minerals, and jewels reside. If you think it's all about going up, you're following the fool's path and missing the miner's magic. So yeah, this definitely says in a much more cohesive way what I've been trying to sort of say with all these cards right here, right? Is that don't isolate yourself from your friends because you're so focused on climbing this journey. You're so focused on achieving what you think success looks like, right? Like, Eclipse season is going to challenge you to redefine what success means to you. What does it mean to be successful? What does success mean for you? What are your goals? What do you really want to do with your life? Is the path that you are on, is that going to get you to where you want to be in 10 years? If not, what do you need to do to change it? Do you need to maybe start mining into the mountain instead of just climbing up it, hoping to reach the peak? And then what? You know, like, and this is also like what? Like, you get to the top of the mountain, what's next, right? It's time to just really dig deep and figure out what you really want out of this lifetime. And also to just sort of reflect, right? Like, how your own fears distort your image of yourself and how you overwork yourself, you know, because you want other people to perceive you a certain way, but when in reality, you're just exhausting yourself, you're draining yourself, and you're disconnecting yourself from your friends and the people that love you when you do that. So let's go. This is actually perfect. We're going to do the self-love cards. Being clumsy today. Go, we have peace, slow down and celebrate yourself. Yep, exactly what I'm saying, right? Slow down, appreciate the little things, stop neglecting yourself. You've done so much, you work so hard, it's time to celebrate that for yourself. And we have tree. Let them go, along with swim away from this situation. So this is more of like a relationship message. So if you're like romantically starting to see somebody and they've been showing some red flags, but you're still sort of like, it's not really a big red flag. This is your sign to just walk away from whoever this person is. Walk away, swim away from it. This person's drama that they're gonna bring you isn't worth, like, the drama isn't worth it. Let them go. And this speaks more to, like, if you're holding on to something too, like, let's say you're holding on to this preconceived idea or a dream that you had that you realize isn't a dream for you anymore or isn't fit for you anymore. It's time to just let it go, right? It's okay to start a career that you think you want to do and then realize that it's not what you're passionate about and it's not what you want to do with your life, right? Like I said, now is the perfect time to start going on the path of redirection, right? Going on a new journey for yourself and pursuing a new path that will make you feel more fulfilled with your life. Let's pull some of the crystal cards to see what crystals could help you during eclipse season. We have magnesite, relaxation. Oh look, relaxation, purification, and visualization. Primary is the crown chakra, which related to lapis lazuli. It's like, connecting with spirit, right? Being more in tune with yourself, with your emotions, with the flow, instead of just trying to force things. Astrological sign associated is Aries. Affirmation, my heart space is open with love and peace. Magnesite is a peaceful stone that enhances visualization and imagery. It opens the heart to receive love and helps with a positive attitude. It calms emotions and stress while helping overcome worry and irritability. And then one more. I guess the universe wanted to give you two more. And here we have ametrine, optimism, balancing, soothing, intuition. Primary, another crown chakra crystal, Gemini, Libra signs. Through optimism, I strengthen my intuition and find balance. Ametrine combines amethyst and citrine, creating a powerful connection to physical and spiritual realms. Amethyst draws in divine guidance, while citrine incorporates these energies into your life and helps in creating harmony with others, as in harmony in the workplace specifically as well. And sunstone. And we have the sun card that came out down here, right? Embracing your joy, bringing more happiness and energy into your life. We have empowerment, freedom, originality. Sacral chakra, which is all about creativity. And signs associated is Leo and Libra. I shine from the inside out and am full of joy. Sunstone draws in luck and good fortune. It helps clear our chakras, heightens our intuition, and urges our inner light to shine outward. Its cheerful nature increases vitality, encourages independence, and strengthens courage. Sweet. Well, overall, those are all the messages I have for you guys. I hope this reading was helpful and I hope it resonated. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Please comment, like, subscribe, show your support, and I hope you guys have a great day. Hi, if you picked pile 4 in the clear quartz sphere, then this reading is for you. Initially, right off the bat, if you felt drawn to this clear quartz sphere, this probably means that there is a need to sort of clear your mind, clear any brain fog, and just more of a need to focus. And eclipse season can help to do that, to help you sharpen your mind and focus a little bit better on the task at hand. This ball keeps rolling. Here we go. So let's see what the cards have to say. I have the moon. Yep, definitely. There we go. Like foggy, unsure of the path ahead of you, not really sure what the right decision is, and it sort of feels like you're walking with blindfolds right now, right? You don't know what the right direction is. You're not really sure of yourself. You're not really sure of where you're going. And because of that, you're sort of just staying in one place and sort of taking a step forward or two. But you're just waiting, right? You're waiting for things to clear up. You're waiting for your intuition to get back on point. And here with the King of Pentacles, I think this is something related to career or finances, right? Like you could be facing a crossroads right now with your career, finance, whatever it is. And you want this King of Pentacles energy. You want this abundance. And you want to make the right decision, but you're not sure what it is. So that's why you've been sort of in this Pisces energy of like, oh, what's the right path or not? What do I do? What do I not do? Yep, here definitely we have the Three of Pentacles as well. Let me pull these cards. And we have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords, this has been coming up quite a bit in the in the readings. And here we have the Devil at the bottom. So you guys are definitely in a transition period where you're moving from probably like a darkener of the soul period, or just like a more negative period. You're moving from that to like a new chapter in a sense, especially in regards to career. But in a sense, like you're still feeling blockages, right? Like the Devil card is right here. Like you're still sort of stuck in these karmic ties, and you're still sort of like not really like fully into yourself. Like you're still figuring out who you are. You're still figuring out what you want to do with your life, and like developing a strong sense of self, a strong sense of boundaries. And that's what like this Pisces energy sort of is, right? You're like in this in between where your intuition, like you sort of know what you need to do. You sort of know what path you need to go down, but at the same time, because you can't really see or predict what's right in front of you, you're too afraid to like make those leaps, to make those jumps forward. And like deep down, like you are connected to your intuition on some level. You know what you need to do. You're just too afraid to take the action to actually move forward. But with the King of Pentacles here, right, you're being called to action. You're being called to sort of ground yourself and buckle down and choose a path for you. With the Three of Pentacles right here, I sense that whatever it is, anything related to working with other people or teamwork, is what lies ahead for you. Like the career that you could be eventually pursuing, or what you're meant to pursue, will have to do with working with people, working as a team, and working together to build success. You're not necessarily meant to be solo in this lifetime. You're not meant to, like, at least not yet, to forge your own business or to pave like your own, like, I mean, you are paving your own way, but you know, I mean, you're meant to pave your way with others and to build something with others, and that's how you will ultimately begin to find your success and find like your fulfillment. So if you've been feeling hazy and stuff because of eclipse season, like you're sort of going to get more and more clarity as we move more and more throughout May. And with the Nine of Swords right here, right, like this is like another sign that it's time. And this is like part of that mind fog where it's like time to let go of your fears. It's time to like confront, because eclipse season is all about releasing anxiety, releasing trauma, just releasing all of that gunk that's been like within you for like the past year or past few years or so. It's going to help clean out your system, clean out your emotional body, so you can feel better prepared to tackle like this new journey that you have ahead of you. And it'll help you break whatever negative cycles you're stuck in, whether that's like toxic people in your life, toxic relationship, maybe like you smoke, or just anything toxic that can be detrimental to your health or detrimental to your success. Let's get some clarifiers. Oh my gosh, I have been so clumsy today, guys. It's not like, if you look at the other piles, oh my gosh, here we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse under the moon. So yeah, you're definitely unsure about your career path, about what's best for you, what the right decision is. And then we have another reversal. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So this is a warning to do not make this decision during eclipse season. Do not make this permanent, or not permanent, but this long-term decision during eclipse season. That's a bad idea. You don't want to do that, because you could be drawn, like something could randomly happen and you'd be like, okay, this is it, I'm going down this path. But you like let that one small moment make this giant decision for you. Take your time. Take your time with the decision. It takes time to sort of figure things out. It takes time. Just for anything related to success, it takes time to build it up. It takes time to cultivate it. And the universe is saying, do not take this lightly. Do not take this decision, this path lightly. Like, you are in this moon period. You are still clouded. Your mind is still all like crazy. You still don't know what you want to do yet. So do not be impulsive, right? Do not be impulsive with this decision. Yes, like being in the stagnant place sucks right now, right? But you are meant to be, so you can reflect fully and reflect on what you want to do. And here we have like the Ten of Cups in reverse as well. And this is also just a message too that things are not going to come easy for you. Things, especially related to career, are not meant to come easy to you. Like, so do not expect, like, whatever path you do choose, do not expect to find happiness right off the bat. Do not expect to feel fulfilled right off the bat. There are some growing pains here. It's going to take time to forge those relationships with other people to eventually create that dream team, that success team. With the Ten of Cups in reverse, you may feel very discontent at times or very frustrated with the people around you, and that's because it takes time to build those bonds with other people. And here we have the Magician as well. So like things will work out. It's just all about having faith and also not being your worst enemy. Because like I said, with the Nine of Swords right here, you know, you need to let go of some of these toxic habits, toxic additions, whatever it is that's holding you back. Because in a sense too, like at the end of the day, you're the only one that can hold yourself back by keeping yourself stuck in the same patterns and making the same decisions over and over again that don't induce the growth that you need to find the success that you want. With the Magician right here, it is time to start manifesting. It's time to start planting seeds. And it's time to start mentally preparing for yourself, because this is not going to be an easy journey for you, pile 4. Whatever it is, like you are on this special journey and you are going to be going through a lot of challenges and a lot of obstacles, and that's because you are meant to grow and you need to grow to become the person that you want to be and the person that you're meant to be. So just know that the decision that you do make eventually with time, once you make it, take your time with it, you are not going to feel fulfilled right away. It is going to be difficult, it is going to be rough, it is going to be bumpy, and you're going to like question this decision for a long, long time after you've made it. Not like a super long time, but you're not going to start to see the fruition to this decision until down the road. So just like, this is just like a mental prep, right? Eclipse season is helping to renew you, to help you turn over this old leaf so you can start this new chapter. And this new chapter is going to be like working your way up from the bottom, right? You're going to be at the bottom of the chain again, and you're going to have to climb each rung. You're going to have to climb each ladder, complete each quest. And you're going to have to keep pushing up further and further and further. And that is a journey that takes time. Here at the bottom of the pile, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So I was saying it will take a lot of hard work. It will just take a lot of days where you're just going to have to put your head down and be like, you know what? They can't stop the clock. And just get through the day, do the work, because eventually the results, the hard work is going to pay off. Yeah, it's pretty powerful, very specific message, right? Like, know that anything that is worth having will take time, will take sweat, will take tears. Nothing is ever meant to be handed on a golden platter, and if it is handed on a golden platter, then there's something up. There's something suspicious going on. Oracle cards. Oh my. See, like I said, I've been so clumsy today, and I don't know why. Hopefully I'm not trending. So here we have the Prayer, and we have the Storm. So this lines up with these cards. I like to read from the book because it's just written a lot better than I can ever explain it. I'll just like fumble with my words, and you guys will sit there and then probably like switch off the screen or something. We're going to do the Prayer. The Prayer. What is prayer? When are we in a state of prayer and when are we not? To whom or what do we pray? Archetypally, the practice of prayer has been with us since the dawn of time as a remedy for the omnipresent, self-centered thinking that spins us toward an illusion. Prayer leads us beyond our ego as we move from our little story to the big one. Some say we are in a state of prayer anytime we are not at the center of our own thoughts. Others say prayer is a natural result of gratitude. Perhaps it is simply surrender or service, whatever prayer is for you. This card reminds us of its importance. Get quiet, low, humble, and soft. Bow and touch the ground as your heart lifts to the sky. Though it may be uncomfortable, it is time. Nothing else will do. So like this card is all about being humble. It's all about being aware of everything else that is going on around you. And while this journey that you're setting out on, like, do not expect it to be centered around you. Do not expect anybody to even like give you much of their time or energy, because you have to earn it. You have to work your way up to it. This path that you're on is going to require you to set aside your ego completely and surrender yourself, to be quiet, humble, be open-minded, willing to listen, and willing to learn. That's a lot of what this path is going to be. And it's going to be hard for you, especially if you are a more cardinal sign and you like to have things done your way and you're more of a leadership figure. Just know that you are on this path because you're perhaps meant to learn the more softer sides of things, to learn to be more quiet, to learn to be more humble, and that's what this job, that's what this eventual career path will lead you to do. And next we have the sword. Or not the sword, oh my god, the storm. Which is going to be 157. The storm, possessing an energy much like the Tarot's Tower card, the storm undoes all that is. Everything that was solid, known, and relied upon is stripped away by the winds of fate. The ground becomes the sky becomes the center, and then the center disappears. The storm is a great equalizer. No matter how far we've come on the path, no matter our age, wealth, or wisdom, we can't hide from its savage winds. The disturbing howls stir anxiety and make it impossible to see and think straight. You must wait it out. If you try to fight the storm, you will lose. A better option is to seek temporary shelter and a reliable friend. When all else fails, go within. There, for a moment, you settle into the eye of the storm. So basically what I was saying earlier, right, this shift, this chapter you're about to experience is going to be shocking for you. It's going to be eye-opening. It's going to make you change on so many levels. It's going to make you reflect, and it's going to make you question everything about you that you thought you knew, right? Because challenges like this, it's going to test you at the core. It's going to test who you are at the core, and if who you say you are is who you really are. And so remember, though, that when things get rough, though, the prayer is also there, right? Prayer can be something that can help comfort you and humble you and just make you feel like you're being listened to during times where you feel like there's nobody there to listen, or there's nobody there willing to listen. And here we have Evil Queen. You deserve sugar, not salt. And remember too, like, this isn't just to say to be completely like submissive, right? Like, no, that's not it at all. The whole point is to figure out who you are. Like, what are your boundaries? Who are you? What are your morals? What does your moral compass look like, right? You will always, every person, you will always deserve to be treated with respect. Always. And if somebody doesn't give you that, remember to stand up for yourself. Don't let people push you around. Yes, it's important to learn how to be humble and to be a little more quiet, but also make sure that you're not letting people take advantage of you and pushing you around. And here, yep, endings are inevitable. Endings are inevitable. So remember that just because you can't see what's directly in front of you doesn't mean that you don't know where you're going. Right? Because you do. Your intuition will guide you, your heart will guide you, and your higher self will guide you. Embrace this ending. Let this eclipse season help you have a smooth transition from one chapter to the other. Right? Enjoy this limbo time. Enjoy this in between, because these times are super fleeting. Before you know it, you're going to be waking up every day on this new path and new journey, and you're going to be like, where did the time go? And let's pull a few crystal cards for you. We have Pionite, Empowerment, Success, and Clarity. And we have Tiger's Eye, Protection, Creativity, and Grounding. So here we go. We have Root Chakra, Taurus, Capricorn, Leo. Your affirmation is, my powers ignite when I believe in myself. Pionite is documented as the rarest gem mineral on Earth. This fiery pink to brown tone gem is a full spectrum chakra opener and relieves pain on a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level. It empowers success and good fortune. And we have Tiger's Eye, Protection, Creativity, and Grounding. Solar Plexus Chakra, Leo, Capricorn. My body is energized and filled with light. Tiger's Eye is a protective stone and brings good luck to the wearer. It has the power to clear our emotions, focus the mind, and bring in mental clarity. It balances yin-yang energies within us and the world around us. So these are two crystals. That obviously is like the rarest mineral on Earth, so you probably won't be able to get a hold of that. But tiger's eye is definitely something you can go to like your local Earthbound or crystal store and get like a small piece of tiger's eye. And it can be something that we can great to carry around. It will be really good for helping to clear the mind and focus, center your focus on whatever the goal is or whatever you're working through during this eclipse season. But overall, eclipse season is going to help transition you to the next chapter of your life. And it will be the next chapter will be a particularly challenging one, but it will be one that is well worth it. But the big message here is that things will clear up soon. Don't make a decision now. Wait. Take your time. Think on it. Reflect. And as always, embrace this next month. Embrace these fleeting days, right? Because before you know it, you're going to really end up in the next chapter and you're going to think, wow, where did the time go by? Enjoy each and every second. Anyways, those are all the messages I have for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. If you want more content, check out my Instagram in the link tree below. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great day.